Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 3. I'm Brenda Gustin, and you did a great job week 1 and 2. I'm glad I stretched that out for the first 2 weeks just because there were several people that had issues related to the course, and we got them straightened out. So, glad you made it through. I'm glad you're still here. And I just wanted to comment on all the people that reached out to me this week or made virtual um, meetings, and I really appreciate it. It's so nice to get to know some of you. And please don't hesitate to contact me by email. Um, you can call me when I'm in my office during my office hours. Um, but setting up an email by email, setting up a virtual meeting can be really great for both of us because it's just a way for me to kind of get to know you a little bit, know where you're coming from, and kind of keep an eye out for you. So what's going on this week? We're in week, we're in week 3, and we're on the prokaryotes. I think the chapter might be called the bacteria and the archaea. Um, I'm going to be talking about mostly about bacteria and just kind of barely mentioning archaea. But the pattern is pretty much what you saw last time. There's a lecture study guide that you'll print out, and then you can go use your ebook and fill in the sections of the lecture study guide. You know, if you're having a hard time finding the ebook, all you have to do is just click on one of these external learning tools, any of them, and you can find the ebook through that site. Also, you can just go back to our start here, and there was that McGraw-Hill link that will also bring you there. So once you've gotten this lecture study guide, and you can start filling it out using these lecture videos or using just the book itself, whatever works for you. One thing I want to give you a heads up for is I'm going to have 3 lecture videos for this week, and this one. Lecture video 3.3, I wrote on there, it's recommended that you watch this 18-minute video. It's kind of long, but it's 18 minutes. And it's a topic that can be a little bit confusing. I think the book gives a lot of extra information. So I talk it through and just hopefully streamline it and make it a little bit more focused on what you need to know. So even if you don't typically use the videos, I recommend watching this video 3.3 when you're working on the material in that section. Then you can work on the lecture assignment. That's the same thing you did before of looking at getting the questions. And remember, it's adaptive learning. It's going to be asking you questions. If you miss things, it's going to ask you more questions. So you get all those right, you get full credit. Get a bunch of lecture videos. And then we have lab this week. And there's an introduction to microbiology, introduction to microscopy lab. And so print that out and follow it through. There's a whole bunch of virtual labs. The first one actually is just a adaptive learning lab assignment from the content from the textbook has on the microscope. So that's just an adaptive learning one where you're going to answer the questions, and then a bunch of virtual labs. And you get credit for each one of those if you complete them. There is no specific lab quiz this week. All the information is going to be in these virtual labs, but I still recommend filling out the lab handout, because it's that lab handout that you're going to use to take your first lab practical. You're going to use that to study for your first lab practical. And I'm just doing a quick look at the syllabus just to see our first lab practical. Let's see, I think that would be easy for me to find quickly, but our first where did I write it down? Our first lab practical is week 6. It's not for a while. So you'll use the first 6 lab handouts to study for that lab practical. So make sure you fill out those lab handouts completely. Other than that, keep up the good work. Don't wait till the last minute. There's a lot of content in this course. Remember, it's a normal live class is 3 hours lecture, 3 hours lab, just to get information, and then you have to study beyond that. So don't put it all off till the end. Some of these concepts can be confusing. So contact me if you need help, and you guys have a great week.